Firstly, for our audience feedback, me and my partner displayed our music video in front of 2 Year 11 classes. What we asked them to do was, we asked them to write 3 things down on a piece of paper. These 3 things were a compliment, criticism and a piece of advice. After finally tallying up all of the results and placing them into a graph, we looked at the final outcome and we decided what we did do well and what we could have done better, and what we can actually do better for our future projects. The main compliment we received over and over was that we created a direct correlation between our visuals and our audio. We connected the lyrics to the video, and we constantly used a consistency of undertones, mainly to represent the anguish prevalent with our main character. This was actually an essential objective for us to achieve, because we wanted to connote several disconsolate feelings through mise en scene and our camera shots. Another thing we was complimented on was our choice of clothing and props and use of the mise en scene. We had a long think about what we could place our main character in, because we wanted to represent him as rich and of a higher class. So we had him placed in a £120 trench coat and some ridiculously expensive umbrella, which I don't know the brand of. What we wanted to do was we wanted to challenge the stereotypes and dominant ideology of rich people being happy and lively all the time, which I believe we achieved, because in the narrative we do use an indexical sign of alcohol, which would then signify trouble ahead within the narrative. A main criticism that I personally wanted to look into was that our narrative had a, and I quote, lack of energy. Although the statement is true, it does have a lack of energy, it's actually what we was aspiring for. We wanted our camera shots to have a lack of energy and seem slow and dragged, mainly to emphasise and signify the emotional trauma that our character was going through. It's what we actually wanted to display. Advice we received involved taking our music video and reproducing it in colour. We instantly listened to this advice because we thought it would be fun to try out and see what the overall outcome would be like. Although the colour version did seem more energetic, it didn't give us the overall portrayal that we actually wanted, because it seemed to enliven the narrative and make it seem much more cheerful than it really needed to be. And it just didn't go with the audio, it didn't fit. Overall, I expected this response from the Year 11 class, preferably because the age group consists of around 15 to 16 year olds. Which was not our targeted audience. Our target audience was aimed at a more older and more mature demographic. So with this, we showed our video to older people, older consumers in their early 20s or late 20s going into their 30s. So, and then we got their response. Their response to the video also went as expected. They enjoyed the narrative and both the performance side of the video. They believed the video fit the audio perfectly, and they seem to have a much better understanding of what we were aiming for with our music video.